We have reached the final day of our Loving the Unlovable series, and it's only right that we end where Jesus himself focused so much of his time with the lost. Luke chapter 19, verse 10 comes right after one of the most beautiful stories in the Bible, the story of Zacchaeus. And if you grew up in church, you probably know the song, Zacchaeus was a wee little man. But what that song does not always capture is just how much people hated him. Zacchaeus was a tax collector, and in those days that meant he worked for the Roman government, the same government that was crushing the Jewish people. And tax collectors were known for cheating. They would charge more than they were supposed to and keep the extra for themselves. Zacchaeus was not just a tax collector, he was a chief tax collector. He was rich, and everyone knew how he got that way. He was, in every way that mattered to the people around him, unlovable. So when Jesus came to town, nobody expected what happened next. Zacchaeus climbed up the tree just to have a look at Jesus. And Jesus looked up and said, Zacchaeus, come down. I'm going to your house today. The crowd was shocked. They grumbled. They could not believe that Jesus would go to the home of a sinner like that. But Jesus did not care about what the crowd thought. He cared about Zacchaeus. He saw a man that everyone else had written off, and he walked straight toward him, not away from him, toward him. And that is what Jesus does. He seeks the lost. He does not wait for people to come to him with clean hands and perfect hearts. He goes looking for them. He finds them where they are, up in trees, hiding behind walls of shame, buried under years of bad choices. And he says, I see you and I love you. And what happened when Zacchaeus felt that love? He was changed. He stood up and said he would give half of everything he owned to the poor. And he said he would pay back everyone he had cheated 4 times over. Nobody forced him. Nobody gave him a list of rules. Love did what rules could never do. Love changed his heart. And that is the power of loving the unlovable. When people feel truly loved, not judged, not lectured, not looked down, but genuinely loved, it opened the door for change. It softens the hardest hearts. It reaches the people that nothing else can reach. And that brings us to the heart of this whole series. Over the past 6 days, we have looked at what it means to love people who are hard to love. We started with the truth that God loved us first. We talked about loving our enemies. We learned that our love comes from God's love in us. We remembered where we came from. We saw the heart of a father who never gives up. And now, on his final day, we are reminded of our mission. Jesus came to seek and save the lost, and he invites us to join him in that work. Not with judgment, not with pride, but with the same love that changed our lives. There is a Zacchaeus in your world. There is someone up in a tree watching from a distance, wondering if anyone cares. They might seem unlovable. They might have a bad reputation. People might warn you to stay away from them. But Jesus is asking you to look up and say, come down. I see you. You matter. You might be the only person in their life who can show the love of God. You might be the reason they finally believe that change is possible. You might be the one who seeks them out when everyone else has given up. And that is what loving the unlovable is all about. It is not easy. It is not natural. But it is exactly what Jesus did for us. And that is exactly what he is calling us to do for others. Go and love someone today. Seek them out. Step toward them, not away. And trust that the same God who changed your heart can change theirs too. Let us all pray together. Jesus, thank you for seeking me when I was lost. Thank you for not passing me by, for not listening to what others said about me, for loving me right where I was. Help me to do the same for others. Open my eyes to the people around me who need to feel your love, and give me the courage to step toward them, even when it's uncomfortable. Use me to show the world what your love looks like. I want to love the way you love. In your name I pray. Amen.